If you are a business owner in the wellness industry, I'm talking yoga studio owner, holistic health practice owner, retreat center, event spaces, an owner of a health and wellness product business, practitioners, boutiques, or retailers that focus on wellness products and items. If you identify as any of these things, this video is for you if you feel overwhelmed and burnt out by content creation. There's obviously a huge place when it comes to content in this day and age, especially if you do anything in the online space. But that doesn't mean that it is actually meant for you. And this video, I am going to talk about the major differences between long form content and short form content and why one might be better for you than the other. If you are new here, hi, my name is Liz Manuel. I own Essence Presents Production, and what we do is we serve wellness crafter small businesses with photography and video, as well as content marketing resources so that they can streamline content off of their plate and regain focus on what they love doing most. Now, this video, I am going to be talking particularly to wellness businesses and people in that area of expertise. But if you are a small business and you find that you struggle also with figuring out if you want to invest your time into content creation, which one is actually going to give you a return on your investment, this video is for you. If you struggle with organizing your time management, organizing your content, planning out your month ahead with content, I am going to give you a free resource that I've created myself called the Content Marketing Master. And it includes 4 highly valuable tabs that I needed in my wellness business. I actually own another business called Brilliant Pit, and it is in the wellness industry. And I find that these were the things that I needed, and I have a background in marketing, so I created it for myself, but I know for a fact that it is going to help so many of you. If that sounds like something you need, it is totally free. Just click the link below, put in your email, and that will get sent right to your inbox. So we are talking long form and short form content creation. Now, the first place I want you to start is going to sound cliche, but it has its place. I want you to think about your goals. And I don't want you to be influenced as you're thinking about your goals here. Why? Because there is so much influence today when it comes to where you want to go with your business. And if you have a dream, you have a vision for your business, it has not changed since you have started, you want to kind of see this dream fulfilled in a certain way, or even if you're flexible, think deeply about what you actually want. This has been a subject matter that has been huge for me lately, and it's mainly because I never saw myself as a business owner that was constantly creating short form content. And I think that this needs to be normalized for businesses, especially small businesses who are kind of expected to utilize these free, awesome, I will say they're awesome community platforms to get reach, exposure, and grow their business. But I don't necessarily believe that it was meant for everyone. I'm one of those people that I actually don't really enjoy creating short form content. I am more of a long form content person, as you are here on YouTube. I tend to lean into the more value-based, education-based, very much chock full of value kind of content versus these short little snippets that I guess at my stage have not really brought me any return on investment. So I have a feeling if you're watching this video and you're just starting out on your journey as a business owner, or you're kind of already started, but you don't love the idea of social media content versus long form content, or you just don't even know, I have a feeling you might feel that long form content may be more for you, or if you actually enjoy short form content, that might be more for you. So what we're going to delineate in this episode is how to figure that out. So when you think about your goals, if you know that you are in a growth phase, for instance, I'm still kind of a small business, right? Very small subscriber base. And I obviously want to grow. So social media definitely has an answer to that question. But this is all dependent on your goal, right? So if you're even at the beginning, but you're not really trying to grow, you're more so trying to build a foundation that has longevity, and you tend to get burnt out by things like social media, then I would maybe say long form content is the better option here, but it is truly all dependent on your goal. Also, when you are thinking about this goal, think genuinely and thoroughly about ideally what you want to be doing, especially in the future and right now. Is it creating content? If it's not, then maybe don't pressure yourself to have an answer about if content creation is for you. I think if you are in a place where you're steadily growing, you don't have a real content foundation yet, but you want to incorporate it, but you're doing okay, don't put so much emphasis and kind of a results-driven expectation on content creation. Maybe start out with it being more fun and see where it goes to then decide if it's actually serving your business in any way. I think wellness businesses in particular need to think thoroughly about the authenticity aspect of their business. Why? Because I think health and wellness are purely driven from a rooted place. And if you are coming off inauthentic, the trust needs to be there for you to kind of connect with your audience. And as I was saying, if the authenticity isn't there, you might have a hard time connecting if you are doing something that does not feel in total alignment. So now that you have thought thoroughly about your goals for your content and for your business, I want to shift into why long form content could be for you or why short form content could be for you. And I want to start with long form content. I like to think of things kind of in a black and white way when it comes to short form versus long form content, although it's not really the end all be all. It is not factual. It is just kind of my perspective on this. And I hope that this actually just helps you gain some clarity around the differences between the two. So I really see long form content as value-packed educational content. The reason being is because if you are making videos similar to this, or you are writing out a PDF, an ebook, that's long form content, a blog post, which is long form content, you need to provide value in some way, whether it's through, it could be entertainment, even though it's more uncommon, but it's mainly education, knowledge, and you are providing something to your audience that is basically giving them a transformation of some sort. And the reason that I feel that this is kind of a black and white way to look at it is because when you think about short form content, you can absolutely translate it to be a snippet of an educational long form piece of content. But for the most part, ask yourself, why do you go on social media? The answer for me is that I tend to go on social media when I want to be entertained, when I don't want to really think about things that deeply, and when I'm kind of wanting my mind to go free, whether that's watching somebody redo or redesign a space, or I guess somebody's like routine yoga flow, or something that is a little bit more entertaining. And it's just a bonus when it's also educational. But when we are talking long form content, you need to fill the space with something. And of course, you should be speaking to your ideal audience, or you could also be somebody who educates others who want to do the same thing you do. So for instance, if you are a yoga teacher or a yoga studio owner and you want to focus on long form content, what you could do is do yoga classes on video in an exclusive kind of manner, or you could be educating others on how to do what you do, right? There could be an online yoga teacher training kind of course. But when you think about long form content in other frameworks for a yoga studio or a yoga teacher, it is mainly like blogging about the experience of being a yoga teacher, or you could take the route of education. There's not really a form of entertainment when it comes to long form content for a yoga teacher. I mean, I'm sure somebody has proven me wrong, but when you think about it kind of in a generic, approachable way, long form content for somebody like a yoga teacher is going to be educational, or it is going to basically be teaching somebody else how to do the same thing they're doing. Now, what long form content does as kind of a utility is it draws in value due to the time you've invested in it. When you invest your time as a yoga teacher who is teaching a class, they are investing their time for that hour to give you a body-mind connection session, right? That is valuable at the core of it based on the time that the teacher is giving. And when you give more time, it is seen as more value. Now, this is the baseline of how I would see you deciding if you want to invest your time in long form or short form content. Do you want to be somebody who gives your time and effort and actually knows and can be certain that the person on the receiving end is gaining value from you? That to me is a little bit of a question with short form content, only because everybody's attention span on the apps, even if you're somebody who enjoys watching YouTube videos, enjoys reading blogs like me, when I go on social media, it's a different experience. I'm there to watch, kind of have my mind taken off of things. And with that, I have caught myself going through carousels that are educational, but it's only because it's entertaining because of the template that they're using, or it's entertaining because I'm learning something new, which is great, but I'm not gaining the value where I'm trusting you to bring me through this class from A to B. That's different. And to me, that's a little bit more value packed. And at the end of everything, if I had to say one thing for this whole video, it would be long form content almost ensures that the receiving end is going to gain something from you, whether it is something they didn't know, and it allows them to connect with you in a way where you're investing your time into giving them something of value, and therefore they invest a little bit more time, almost always a little bit more time than a short form piece of content, into what you have to say. And the longer you have somebody's attention, the more likely you are to gain connection with them. And that is the ultimate goal. So as a wellness business, if it were me, based on my 5 years of experience in content marketing, being a content specialist, content creator, social media manager, community manager, I would say that long form content is going to have more longevity for you. I think that every type of business, you don't have to be in the wellness industry, every type of business can have some form of long form content implemented into their business strategy, and it will almost always give them returns, whether it is eyes on them, retention, meaning how long somebody is engaging with you in whatever medium you decide to do long form content, but it is giving people the opportunity to engage with you for longer. And to me, as a wellness business, that to me is more important, because you want to showcase your authenticity as a wellness business, or that should be kind of a priority, because wellness and health are connected to the very spirit of human. And to be a human with all of our multifaceted interests and engagements and all of the things that we are made up of, it is so important that you differentiate yourself and your business from other wellness and health businesses. And showcasing that unique, authentic thing is going to be much easier through long form content. Okay, so I will stop my little mini bash on short form content. Trust me, I don't hate short form content, but I have obviously bias towards it. So take all of this as it resonates. Please don't use my words as your own if it doesn't feel authentic or aligned for you. Obviously, use your better judgment, your intuition on what you think is going to be best for your business. But let's talk about why short form content could be for you. So there are three kind of things that I see short form content being more beneficial for in terms of the type of business you are. Number one is you love to create short form content and like show short snippets of your life. So let's use the yoga teacher example again. If you find yourself literally being inclined to videotape yourself as you do your flow, or as you are teaching a class, or as you are working out the kinks of your experience, these are indicators that you actually enjoy, whether it be kind of reflecting on your movements, or it's just showcasing how something could be expressed, right? Everybody's different, but maybe your expression in yoga is unique and you want to show others that you can also be unique in your flow. It doesn't have to follow a certain regimen. This is just an example. This is a great indicator that short form content could be for you. Another indicator that short form content could be for you is that you are active with your community online. If you find it super easy to connect with people online, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, if you find it super easy to connect with your community there and people are always commenting and you're just easy, it just flows with your day. You sign on, hopefully in a healthy way. You have healthy boundaries with how you sign on to these platforms. You feel good when you are connecting with these people who are on these platforms, and it feels natural. It feels like, yeah, that person maybe reposted me. We support each other, other small businesses, we all support each other. And this is how we're getting the word out about the business. And it's like, it's making me feel good. It's working for me. That is a good indicator that short form content could be for you, and you should still put effort into utilizing these apps and putting your business out there. The biggest thing I would say is don't stop doing what you're doing if it is working. If it's not broken, don't fix it. These apps can be very changeable. I would say they're probably the most changeable kind of cyclical thing that you can't really expect what's next. So if something is working for you right now, and you're able to kind of follow up on trends and be within the conversation of your industry in an authentic way, you can show up authentically in your industry and have something unique to say, and people want to hear what you have to say, continue doing that. I think the biggest mistake would be to not continue doing that if you enjoy it and it's working. The last indicator that would tell me that short form content could be for you is that you see your business thriving in the online space through partnerships. If you don't have any current partnerships with any businesses right now, that's not exactly what I mean. What I mean is you have a lot of connections. I'm like developing an archetype here, as you can probably tell. This short form social media person who's definitely leaning into the short form stuff really has a community base that is connective, engaged, and you also probably along the way have connected with other businesses, whether that be local or online. Now, this is where I see this is more like a future indicator, but like if you like the process of short form content and you see that you are connecting with other local businesses, this is a great way to collaborate and gain an audience, grow your audience with another aligned audience, if that makes sense. So for instance, you're a yoga teacher or you own a yoga studio. You have come across a girl who has developed yoga mats that are very different in some way. Maybe they are like microfiber or something. It's made with microfiber, some sort of material. She's local to you. She's gone to your classes. You guys kind of have like communicated online as well. This is what I mean by you see yourself thriving through partnerships in the future in the online space. Because if you guys have connected online, so you've seen each other in person, you like each other's vibe, this is a perfect opportunity for you to suggest in the future, hey, why don't you and I run a giveaway where we give away a 5-class pass and they get one of your yoga mats. Now, this would be a perfect thing to run on social media. Now, this is, of course, just an example, but if that's something you see for your business, that is an indicator that short form community, short form platforms could be for you versus long form content. Okay, so let's wrap everything up. Let's bring it all back and round up this conversation. First, it is definitely important to figure out your goals. Do you even want to create content in the future? Do you like creating short form content? How do you see your content transforming in the future? Or are you one of those people that kind of want to leave it up to how things go? That's totally fine. Next, long form content could be for you if you really value education. You want to educate your community or give more value to your community in some way outside of short form snippets of your flow. If you only want to focus on kind of this longer form storytelling vibe, and you also want to educate, you also want to give people the most value for their time spent, and you do have the time to do it, long form could be for you. Short form content could be for you if you literally enjoy creating short snippets of yourself, of your business. If you are active in your online community, you have a lot of engagement and it actually helps your business grow. If you see your business incorporating partnerships in the future and thriving in that way with your community of collaboration and doing kind of short form little campaign type of partnerships. So that is a wrap on my take with long form and short form content. Before you go, if you need organization, girl, like you need to organize your business processes, whether it's your tasks, your content, your monthly editorial outlines, your content ideation, how do you come up with all your ideas? This is the resource for you and it's completely free. All you have to do is go to the description and click on the link that says Content Marketing Master Spreadsheet. You will get this spreadsheet straight to your inbox, and there are 4 tabs included in there with all of what I just mentioned. So definitely check that out. If you liked this video, please give it a like and please comment below what other kind of subject matter you would love for me to touch on. I would be happy to incorporate that into my next video. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.